Hey everybody, and welcome to the second part of my Arena series, and in this part I will be covering a matchup against a summoner. It was actually the match which got me Platinum, and let's talk about the matchup. Summoners are very different to fight against than all the other classes, to be honest, because you go more for a PvE playstyle. You stay in stealth all the time and you use your RBF combo over and over and over again, like I explained in my stealth video. And I have a very different build for it as well. You can find it in the description below as always. But here for the start, what you want to do, you want to jump into the air to the highest point, drop your flower and then teleport on the enemy. I screwed up here though and I dropped to the ground too fast and get hit by the flower. And when this flower hits you, this flower animation with the circle around you, what you want to do, you want to get on distance immediately. So I used my backstep and my right click to get away here right away. And then I just try to stealth somehow. I get a tap switch on the summoner, and here I go with the RBF combo. I get out of stealth though with my with the bomb, and you can see this little white barrier around them. That means that they're immune, so you can't really do anything during that time. I use my stealth 3 to stay in stealth for a little bit longer, but what I should do now, I should go in distance, drop my flower, and that's what I do as well. And that's what you do against summoners. You play very defensively over and over again, and you only go in when you have your stealth and when you feel secure that you can deal some damage. And you try to avoid pretty much their flower at all times. So right here I get out of combat, and I managed to just use my right click mid-air to stealth on top of him again. You can see he just used his... Let me actually go back here real quick. You can see it right here. He uses this white animation where he holds a flower into the air. When that happens, that means that they have their counter up. And I use my right click there to just break through it and stun him. But if you hit him in it, like actually hit him with a normal ability, he will just stealth away and you should try to avoid that. Here it goes the stun, and he uses his tap escape to get away, but I get the tap switch on his pet, can re-stealth right away again, hit my bomb on him in stealth. I also managed to use my Shadow Drain in stealth, and I was dealing some damage to the pet while he was holding his flower up again. But the cat is curled up, so it takes 90% less damage, and it basically does nothing, so don't do that. Basically, just don't do that. So what I do here, I get the flower again, I go in range, I jump back in with my axe, and I get a little bit of basic air combo on him. I mean, it's just super simple, because I don't really have anything to combo with them. I use my poison on him, which deals a lot of damage because I got it specced. And here I play way too aggressively. I had to use my tap escape and screw up my F ability, accidentally press it twice and get out of stealth again. And now I have the flower on me and I have no real escape. I should just use my flower. And I took way too much damage there. That's what you don't want to do. But I get the tap escape on him, or tap switch, and I can deal a lot of damage to him again. That's what you want to do. Try to stealth. Here I use my stealth 3 again. I'm out of stamina though, so what I should do here, I should have just used my axe on the pet and immediately used my 1 ability to regain my focus again. But I jumped back on the pet with my X ability and tried to stealth on him, but it didn't work. I had the flower on me and I used my C. It's a very good way to avoid a lot of damage. When you get the flower on you and you use your C ability, you heal a lot from it because a lot of damage sources hit you, and if you have 3 points in your C, you basically just get healed for every time when you get hit. But here I get knocked away, I use my tap to escape, but he has his shield up again. I throw my grenade in there, which does nothing, which I shouldn't have done. Drop my flower on range again, regenerate some health and some chi again. And here I just try to get the tap switch, but I had the debuff on me that I couldn't use my 1 ability, so I immediately just jumped away again with backstab, double S, and right click. And here the pet comes to me and I spammed my Q to try and just stealth on it, but there's like some latency issue or whatever, and the game thought that the pet was already closer, so I just blink into the air and I get hit afterwards. What I should have done, I should have just used my 2 ability. So I use it here now, get in stealth but immediately get out again, but then I got into stealth anyway again, and here I try to get a tap switch, don't have the cooldown though, it was still 3 seconds cooldown, deal a little bit extra damage with my 4, try to get on range again, don't have my right click for it though, thankfully get the counter, throw my grenade on him again, use my 3 ability, and if you time it right, let me actually go back here again, if you time it right and you use your right click at the exact right time, I don't really have it down that well yet, but you can prevent yourself from jumping back when you use your 3 ability, and that allowed me to deal some extra damage here. And I ran out of the radius of the bomb again, dealt some extra damage, he has his immunity up again, I go in range again. I got my X though, And I'm waiting for the opportunity, and here, bam, I go in, get the knock up on him, don't have the chi to like do the air combo, but when he drops down I can just finish him off. I played this game a little too aggressively, to be honest, but thankfully he just messed up oftentimes, and I could stealth very often with my counter anyway, so it was overall okay. But normally you want to play it a little safer, because you don't want to take that much damage. And you have like pretty good answers to get away most of the time when the summoner uses their flower. The problem is they have a lot to protect themselves as well when you're in stealth, so you have to like kind of bait some of their stuff out, like the bomb on the ground or the shield that he used. Anyway, here I drop my flower and I just get immediately hit by his flower. I try to get away. Get the tap switch here again. It's always a really good way to deal some decent damage. I already took 30% of him. Managed to use my counter here. Hit a really good grenade here. Got my one stealth reset on him, but he has his immunity up again. So I just use my 3 to stealth and try to deal some damage to the pet. I get a decent amount, but then the pet curls up, so you can see I have no chi anymore, and I just try to get on range here. I managed to get the tap switch on the pet though and can re-stealth again, but now I still don't have chi really, and I should have just gone on distance. Drop my flower, try to get away, but I was really lucky. You saw the flower dropped on me from the enemy, and I was using my backstep, my double S at the exact same time, so I actually don't have the flower on me right now. So this is actually a good moment to play aggressively. He thankfully hits my counter, and I can deal a little bit of extra damage to him, hit him with my grenade, get the re-stealth, get hit by the stupid bomb though. I use my C here. I don't think it was a smart choice to use my C here, because usually you want to save it for when they put the flower on you. Then I got immediately knocked down afterwards and had to use my tap escape. That means I used a lot of cooldowns, and if he grabs me with the pet later on, I would just take huge amounts of damage, so it's always very dangerous. Deal a little bit of extra damage to the pet. It's always smart to just split the damage a little bit and like bait out the curl on the pet. I try to jump to the pet and re-stealth. I get the stealth, but I get hit by the flower right before that, so I just teleport away, backstab again, use my flower, got the counter, but got immediately out of stealth again, but then I got the Q on the pet there and can stealth again. Hit my grenade again, try to deal some extra damage to the pet. It will curl up again. He also uses immunity again, and here I get the flower again. I don't have my tap escape, but thankfully I get the counter again on the ground. And what I should have done here, I should have tried to poison the pet and use my tap to stealth, but I used my tap escape afterwards. Screw up my F again, use it twice accidentally. But I do the air combo here and followed up with my poison right away. Don't really do much with it because he jumped out and the pet was immune anyway. But with the tap switch I can deal some decent damage to him, but I just take more damage than I deal to him, so I should just play defensively. My build is not very good at that. Thankfully I got a counter on the ground again. He was forced to use his tap escape here, and I can just finish him off with my stealth 3 ability, and that gave me a platinum, woo! Which makes me very happy. I think I'm around 1960 rating now, and well, I hope that this matchup was interesting to you and that you learned something. I'm gonna continue with this series and try to release one video every day. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye bye! Woo! Platinum, guys! We did it! Woo! Finally!